writer and director of Hitmen.
I'm Mark Baracco. I play the character Sonny in the movie Hitmen.
I'm Dan Swift, and I play Fitz in the movie Hitman.
And we're here to talk about what it was like filming the movie Hitmen, how the characters did in the movie, and what it was like on set. I came up with the idea for Hitmen watching Reservoir Dogs and Kill Bill, and when I was writing the movie, I always wanted to make a movie about hitmen. So in the summertime, it hit me like a bullet, and just the story just kind of opened up in my head, and then I started writing it, and I knew where I was going to end it, but then I could have an action scene, so I started just going home and writing it and thinking about Reservoir Dogs and Kill Bill, and I wanted it really bloody, and a lot of the inspiration for this movie comes from filmmakers like Nicholas Winding Refn, Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese, because they do their violence really authentically, and they use their blood, I think, in the right way for their films. I tried to do that in my movie, but the inspiration definitely comes from those guys and their movies.
In terms of the character Sonny, really what I was trying to do from what Mike had written in the script was really kind of find out the type of guy that he would be, and especially I think what the script does is it really talks about this sort of relationship between two hitmen, Fitz and Sonny. And what I was really trying to do was just figure out, what are some ways to make Sonny different from Fitz, and how do I bring this character to life, really. And even though it was such a sort of a condensed version of a film, what I really tried to do was just give Sonny as much of a backstory as I could. So a lot of it was just taking just the key parts of the dialogue and just really trying to figure out, well, how would I magnify this as if it was a real situation? And I think, anybody that has studied acting before, I just think the most important thing is you have to act truthfully under those circumstances. And so for me, it was just really, it's life and death. And not many people in their everyday lives come across something that's that significant. But in whatever I was trying to do, I just always tried to look at it as, this is potentially the end of your life. And though I haven't really had any real experiences that are anywhere close to that, I just tried to think of how would I feel at that particular time. And, I just, for kind of conjuring up emotion or anything like that, I mean, it's just really, I have to take myself out of the situation that we were in. So I love being kind of around people on set. I love the whole the movie making process and the joking and all that kind of stuff, and I felt bad doing it, but I had to separate myself from people because that's just and you could talk to different actors about what they do. For me, it was the type of thing where I needed to give myself enough time alone to kind of get to that particular place. So a lot of it was just really deep breathing and kind of drawing from places that I don't normally like to draw from and that type of stuff. So you'll see it in the film, hopefully, and that obviously that's the icing on the cake to doing a good film, is just knowing that the work that you put in, the blood, sweat, and tears, that I like to call it, that's the payoff for an actor, I think.
I remember writing this movie, and the idea was for him just to jump into the story. Just the audience is just going to be slapped into it. There's no warming up to what's going to happen. Just that's what happens. And I remember when Dan and Mark came in to read the script, there's just the energy was just so crazy for both characters. It was just they were going to combust together. It was just amazing. And I remember being on set, just going over the choreograph with people, and then I look at Mark and he has his head down, he's pacing back and forth, just really getting into character. And even when you would talk to him, he would, you would talk to him, he'd be like, just he was Sonny, and the whole night we were there, he was Sonny. Mark just checked out a while ago, which was amazing, and he killed it. He did a great job. Everybody really brought their A game.
This is my first time ever acting in a film. I met Mark earlier this year, and we were doing some other things for school, a play and stuff like that, and he was really helping me through that. When I came to the movie, I'm myself in everyday life. So I was kind of doing things the way I felt, and when Mark would give me some cues, it just added so much more to the Fitz character, and I'd really like to thank Mark for that. And the intensity he brought, specifically the one scene where he's about to kill me. Yeah, we had to do that a couple times because he scared the crap out of me a few times. But he brings raw energy to everything he does, and that's great. I've learned a lot from him, and I hope that the character that I was portraying came out just as good as his. You know, I'm going to tell myself that I'm a good actor.
I thought it's so hard to find good talent when you're doing like a movie that has absolutely no budget at all whatsoever. I was very fortunate to find Mark and Dan. I knew when I was writing this, I didn't really know Mark. I think I just met Dan when I was just finishing it. And I think I met Mark when he was doing the news, I think. I really can't remember, but I remember going up to him one day, not even like really knowing him, and just saying, you know, I'm writing a movie, I think you'd be great for it, and you want to come in and read? He said, absolutely. He sent me some audition tapes and stuff. I looked at him, and I said, this is the guy. This is the guy I want. And then I didn't have a Fitz. I was like, I need a Fitz character. Who's gonna play that? The day before, I was talking to Dan in the hallway, and I was like, maybe that guy will be good. No idea who these people are. Just meeting these guys, and they both came in and read, and it was like, you know, Sonny and Fitz were just in the room, and I think they both killed the performance for their characters, and they really delivered on both days, especially on Monday when it was, you know, below zero out and windy. But they both brought the A game, and I'm really proud of the project. I'm really proud of them as well. Monday when we went to film. It was really windy and cold and dark, but during the day it was getting sunny, so I saw like some hope for the weather being nicer, but it didn't. It was super windy, and snow was coming down. People were wrapped in blankets behind the camera. I honestly can't believe half the people stayed and actually stuck it out to help shoot and stuff. I mean, we were there till about 12:30, and the second day of shooting we were there till 3 in the morning. But the second day we had a lot better weather. It wasn't windy. It was a little bit cold, but, you know, he stuck it out. I remember turkey basting Mark's face with blood, and it just having it being freezing. I really didn't like think about how cold the cup of blood was going to be. Like, that didn't run through my head. I was just, you know, just paint it on your face. But you know, we thankfully in better conditions for the second day of shooting, so I was really happy with it.
When it came to using the blood, it was an interesting experience. First, it doesn't feel good in the eye, and it doesn't taste good, which is surprising because there's corn syrup in it, I think. But regardless, we also shot at night, and we shot in March in upstate New York, which means it's cold. And cold, fake blood, and cold weather does not make you feel warm. So, yeah, needless to say, when I got home, it took me about 2.5 hours of a shower to de-thaw and get all that stickiness off of me.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same thing. It was definitely, it was quite the relief when we finished, obviously. The cold really did make it really difficult in between takes to kind of get ready, get warmed up. I kind of did a lot of jumping jacks and, you know, whatever you can do to kind of keep that energy level up, because I think that's really something that Mike was looking for in this film, is that, you know, this is as great a stakes as you possibly can have it, and so I think the blood kind of intensifies that kind of level of dramaticism. So for me, it was just sort of like, you know, this is just part of the movie making industry, and you're gonna, I think to any actor that starts out, you need to kind of expect that, you know, you're not always going to be able to go to a nice, warm, cozy trailer and have somebody wipe you down and set you back up. You know, this is something that you have to deal with. But, I mean, it was just sort of the thing where it was like, yeah, it's a messy job. It was definitely like it would not come off easily. But I just think that when you see the finished product with this film, that'll be sort of giving you that type of reward, that even though this was such a cold shoot and we had to deal with a lot of different issues, you know, the actual seeing the movie is what's going to make it all worth it. Just one thing before we wrap up today. I just wanted to say special thanks to the director of this film, Mike. You did a terrific job, despite everything that went wrong, the way things go wrong on the set. You never lost your composure. You were really gracious with your time. You were really gracious with giving us things that we really needed. And if there's anything else I can say, it's just the fact that you gave me an opportunity to act, which is something that I'm always gracious for, because it's not something that always happens all the time, and it's something that I love to do. I mean, it really is just something that I love to do, and to have the opportunity to do a film that, I get to work with people that are really great. It means the world to me, man, so thank you. And thank you, Dan, for not, flipping out on me or anything like that. I always felt like I was just one step close to the edge where I was literally going to get punched in the face. So thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And I would never have punched you because you might have pulled a gun on me again.
Okay.